Hello and good evening to Andy and Amanda. It's January
Hey,
20. Hello. Hi. It's January 2020 and it means that we're in a new year and it's the reason why I sent a message this week which was the theme of the show tonight, of the series, the episode tonight, and that was Action for Happiness. It's a new organization which is promoting a different type of, it's not charity, but it's a way of being. And I think it relates to all the countries in the north of on the north side of the world, north side of Europe,
yeah,
where
it's interesting because with that Colleen, we had research before it, me and Amanda. Amanda, tell Colleen who you found that approved it.
The Dalai Lama.
Yeah, that's surprising. I didn't know the Dalai Lama was involved in this, Colleen.
yeah, so he's the actual founder of the organization, and I think he's been promoting Action for Happiness for a very, very long time, as far back as I remember in 2008, when I know, like, there was there was the movement along, which was really popular at the time, that was going around, and the fact that at the time Yehuda Berg, who fronted who organized a new type of, new type of thinking, he followed me on Twitter, and I was not really surprised. But obviously now you probably wouldn't, because he's already, yeah, I've already read his books. It's really good. Have you heard of Yehuda Berg?
I've not actually, no. No, I'm always proud to give people a go. I can ask us a favour later and send me the spelling of that, because my dyslexia, I can't write that down. I'll look him up, certainly. Will you, Amanda? Yeah. Come in here, we'll look, Colleen. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, he founded a movement that Madonna followed. That's how I knew of him. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known who he was. But yeah, that's it's a really, really different type of movement, which is really
Yeah, we had a look around
good.
the main Amanda list before, and the Manchester it's not really took off from Manchester at all. This hasn't. So how did you find out about this, Colleen? Then was it through Madonna's influence? Was it? You said.
No, so I was just relating to that in 2008 when Yehuda Berg followed me on Twitter. Obviously, they just follow you so that you are aware of them, but then they won't follow you afterwards because, they're that much of an important sort of persona. And this one is to do with the events that I do. So I got to know about it on the 1st of January. So
Fair enough. No, interesting. That explains why then, because it's not something. I said everyone knows it. It's not that commonly known. Because Amanda, you would have looked around, didn't you, on the internet? And
Yeah, it said there was over 2,000 members in Manchester, but then there wasn't really much going on. I think there was 2 meetings they were supposed to have last year, and they got cancelled for different reasons.
so that's why. So it's like, and it's like my works. I'm not going to give away what my works is. We tend to cover a lot of exposure and this kind of stuff all the time. Now, I've not heard this one come up at work at all. So that's why. So it's interesting. It's very interesting, certainly. So what are you planning to do this month in clean in relation to this then?
okay, so as I say, because I do the events, I get to know about it firsthand. Like straight away, as soon as something happens, I get to know about it because it's part. Yeah, exactly. That's why you probably wouldn't have heard about it, and I have, because I'm a very important person. Nah,
Yeah,
nah.
Colleen now VIP definitely. So yeah.
Yeah. So what happened was, on the 1st of January, I started, like what I do with the Wildlife Trust. I do the June challenge. So I decided I'll do the January challenge, which is a suggestion each day. So I've been doing one each day from the 1st of January until now, the 12th of January.
Oh, blimey. Yeah, it's like, that reminds you a lot of Colleen. In April every year, because I've known Colleen and Amanda are poets. In a different way, this is. You know what about Amanda, don't you?
Yeah.
Napawino, which is like National Poetry Writing Month. It's like where I think you can train your body or your mind to do like something every day if you get into a routine of it for a month. Now, what do you think, Amanda? Did you agree with that?
Yeah.
Like, could you, if you've been more knowledgeable as Amanda, could you have done what Clee's doing, like putting little tips up all every day and stuff like that?
Maybe. Knowing me, I probably
It's-
forget something.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
But yeah,
fair.
Clee, that's interesting, Clee. Yeah, straight away.
It's very, very difficult. Let me just tell you. It's just because I started off my career as a professional secretary because I've got my certificate, after university, because I decided I needed to do that so that I can use it with my English degree. So then you form a routine which you can't really. It takes like forever to start now, rather than when you're at school or when you've just left school.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think it does. The older you get when you're trying to do qualifications like that, they always say that you're best doing them as quick as you can, really. When you get older, I don't think you lose a lot of brain cells and stuff like that, they say, but it's also trying to retrain yourself. Amanda, what do you think to that?
Yeah, I suppose. But I've started a lot of things later in life, haven't I?
Yeah, I'll tell you.
I've started courses and stuff.
Amanda's very awkward, so. Yeah, no, great. That's a good point, Cliff. I agree with you completely.
Yeah, that's unusual because normally you have to start from a very young age to get into the routine of doing something. You can't. I don't know. A lot of people say that they can like do a degree through Open University in later life.
I'm just a
That's what I
lady.
did, yeah.
That's what Amanda did straight away, Cliff.
Right.
Yeah, Amanda, do you want to tell people how long it took you to do your Open University course?
Yeah,
To be
it was
honest.
part-time, so it took 6 years. And then I did the master's degree on top of it, which took 2 years, because that's part-time as well.
That's amazing. That's incredible.
I tried doing all this stuff when I was younger, and I don't think I was in the right mindset to do it.
Okay, so I used to be honest, Clean. Now, I'm not going to go into Amanda's past history, what's happened at schools. That's your business, isn't it, really? But in my case, I came away from school. It's nothing to hide. I came with next to no qualifications because I gave up for various reasons. And I got to 21, and I went back and did everything through evening classes, which I think was the predecessor a lot to a degree to managing at Open University. And I did that for 7 years. And then I did my degree when I was 28 for 3 years full time.
What, at Open University?
No, my mum was actually a proper university.
Which one was it?
I was at Bolton.
Yeah, I think that's quite a famous. That's quite a popular. No, the one that's popular is Manchester.
No, it's not. Nowhere near as big or as popular. But it's a good university in its own way. Like both me and Amanda have different ways of doing our education. Like, so in your case, you're positively, there's different ways you teach and train your mind to do things like that, I think. But that's why I can believe it's hard to do, certainly. So tell us all then, obviously, what have you been doing every day in this then?
So day one, it was, I think, name 3 things that you're looking forward to in 2020. So I just said so spring, obviously, because I like winter, but I'm not really keen on actually being in the cold in the mornings in winter. So I like spring.
Yeah. Dark skies as well, yeah.
Yeah. Looking forward to diet plan because I'm not fat. It's just like, your stomach. My stomach tends, like some people, I notice that only their stomach seems to like get, seems to put on weight, but everywhere else seems to be okay.
Yeah. I know Amanda's starting the diet, but whether Amanda wants to talk about that diet or not.
I'm starting a diet because my stomach and everything else needs to lose weight.
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
I'll be honest with you, unlike you ladies, because obviously I know you're about Amanda's height, Colleen, what I remember of you when I met you that time. Like I'm 6'1", I'm 15.5 stone, so I kind of can carry it. But I keep myself very active anyway. But yeah.
Oh, good for you.
That's why. So anyway, what else have you been doing then?
So then, I like to progress in the new branch that's just opened. So it's hard work though. It's not easy actually in England to work. I've got to admit, there's so many things you got to do, and you got these trainings to do, and then by the end of it, they're like, then they go off somewhere else, so you don't actually get to go to the next level because because something or another happens and you end up staying in that on that level for a very long time, and that's how it is in England normally. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that those who just come in and just go straight to the top, which is really unusual. It's very, very unusual.
Yeah, no, agree completely. So, and what else have you been doing, Colleen? Then you've obviously.
Then day 2. So there were a few things. So like, you just have to speak to a stranger. There was nobody around yesterday, so I couldn't speak to a stranger. You got to try and have a nice conversation with a stranger. Today.
Got 2 weirdos on Skype tonight, so
no. You're very. I see that you've got your invitations to. Was it to call in for writers for your next magazine edition? So that's really good.
Yeah. Well, that's Amanda's baby, really. So yeah, on the magazine. So yeah, Cleve, you'll have to send your poems in sometime. We never had any. Never put any of your poems.
Oh yeah, the Christmas one. I think I gave you the Christmas one, but I'm not sure what happened to it.
I never saw it. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Cleve.
Oh, because I thought I was supposed to send in a Christmas one, and I think I have got one. So I'll send in a spring one. I think I'll have to do a spring one. Yeah.
Well, if anyone's wondering, obviously, what Amanda's magazine is printed words now. When's the closing date for submissions, Amanda?
10th of February.
Listen, everybody, 10th February. Send it to the region. Send it to the correct address. Okay, I'll do it through Colleen, and if you want to, and Colleen will forward it over. I'm very helpful, I am.
And so that's what's happening. So then today it's no apps day, so you've got to turn off your apps 2 hours before sleeping.
That's a good idea. Yeah. That's a good idea. I agree with that one. Yeah, I'll do that. Well, whether I'll manage it. Will you manage it, Amanda?
I think you'll break before I do.
Yeah, I probably will pray for Amanda. I'll wake up in the night, can't sleep, and I'll put the phone on in 2 minutes. Well, don't have me up half a night then, as usual. But in Amanda's case, you'll get up at what? What time? You want to tell people what time you got up this morning, Amanda?
I don't know what time I got up. Was it about 5 or something?
I think it was before that this morning.
Wow, that's early.
Amanda's got an unusual sleep pattern.
All right.
Put it one way, so definitely so. That's anyway. So that's happening there. So anyway, Colleen, what have you got planned this week then? What have you got coming up this week?
So this Tuesday, I'm going to a rehearsals for it's by a choir, which apparently has got its act together and it's doing quite a lot of concerts. So.
Oh, fantastic.
This is part of Action for Happiness, where I'm just going along to see this choir, and they know that I'm coming because I tweeted it and I said I'll come along, and it's for Action for Happiness. So I've asked them, so they already know what the question is, the question is, or the action is, what words come up when they think of Action for Happiness. So let me ask you then, Andy, what words come up when I mention the words Action for Happiness?
Well, I was thinking more positivity, and because I've got a friend at the minute, and I'm not naming the lad, he's having a lot of trouble at the moment because he split up with his long-term partner back in the last year. He's got a son by him, that's certainly a few years old. And my extra positivity is going to be going on the same next Thursday. I'm going to take him out for a pizza place, tell him to cheer him up because he's having a rough ride over it. So that's why I look at positivity. You're trying to influence other people's lives, like your friends of yours that you know are struggling. And what would you say, Amanda?
Well, when I was looking it up, it seemed a bit strange to me because a lot of the stuff they're suggesting you do is stuff that people should be doing anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So you can also open up a Action for Happiness cafe in Manchester. That's what I was going to suggest to you. Open up a Action for Happiness cafe, so that you can invite anyone you want along, and they can listen to your poetry at the same time. We've got under 15 minutes, so we could even carry on next week if you like. But we've got nearly 15 minutes. So I'm going to say,
we'll chat more next week about this because always I'll think of the talk about this sort of topic straight away. Yeah, carry on. Yeah. That's why. Certainly so.
So we're going to say good night and tune in next time. Thank you. Good night.
Yeah, good night, guys.